Okay, a big welcome back to this afternoon's next opportunity, and we have the British Open. Now this is the final event, and our judge this afternoon is with Cathy Keith. Cathy, would you like to make your way out into the ring?
So 10-20 obstacles to be negotiated. And there is Cathy Keith, born in Glasgow, now living in Gullen, Scotland, with her 2 daughters. Many years a competition, and she says it's a dream come true. Very much honoured to be asked to judge agility in the main arena at Crufts, and also been asked again to judge at the Highland final at Scone Palace in July this year, which she says is another great honour. Well, the first competitor here, Tracy Ryan, with a 9-year-old German Spitz called Lily. Lily's qualified for Crufts many times with Tracy's children, and away they go now. 20 obstacles to be traversed, and a nice confident start. This is the small category, of course. Good weaving. Have to go between those poles and not miss any out over the long jump. There's the seesaw. Nicely negotiated once more. Clear round so far. And good speed as well. Through the collapsible tunnel. Once more over. Through the static tunnel. Over the A-frame. A clear round coming up. And beautifully done. Really nice, confident start. And a time of just over 39.
Yeah, what a great round, very controlled. There's not a lot of time lost here, as I say. It may not be the quickest of dogs, but it makes up for it in accuracy and some fantastically tight turns.
Loopy Lou, the little rescue. Lulu, who was a rescue dog. 4-year-old terrier cross with Joanne Stewart from Bothamsall village near Retford in Nottinghamshire. Noisy, bossy, sensitive, quirky, they say she is. Let's see how she can go in this.
She's got a lot to say for herself, barking all the way around. There are no penalties for barking. The only thing that the handler can't do in these competitions is to physically touch the dog. They have to rely solely on verbal commands and cues from whichever way the handler's body's turning.
Well, to say that little Lulu has some enthusiasm about her would be an understatement. Well, she's missed an obstacle, five faults. So she continues, over she goes. That's a shame, because it would have been very sharp.
Yeah, unfortunately she picked up an elimination when she ran round the jump. Here we go. And she runs around the jump and goes on to do the next obstacle out of order, which unfortunately for her means at the end of the day an elimination.
Michelle Taffin-Dubois, Dutch competitor, Dinky Dutch, a 5-year-old Shetland sheepdog. Dinky Dutch, a little character, little fluff ball, over she goes. Good late correction there now, weaving, and weaving well. Good on the seesaw, and through the tunnel. Time we're looking for in the region of 39, if she can go clear. Now the A-frame, and going well. It could be, yes it is. Fastest time, 35.767.
And she'll be really, really pleased with that. Michelle, a regular visitor to compete in this country, qualified for this competition at the Kennel Club International Festival, and it makes it all worthwhile when you come all the way from Holland to compete on the green carpet and get a clear round.
Maria Malakari, Brainpool's New Era, Shetland sheepdog from Sweden. Doing agility all her life, this little dog. And Maria Malakari, a long-time practitioner of agility as well. 7 years old and going well.
Into the collapsible tunnel, which is a sign of the confidence of the dogs. It's totally black when they go in there. Opposite end of the tunnel onto the A-frame. They need to make sure they get this final contact. They do another last jump. What a great round.
And it's another quickest time. Maria Melikari and Brainpool's New Era. Good over the A-frame and loving it right the way round, quickest time. This is Ivan Pardo Garcia with Nuka de Palma, the Tibetan Spaniel, 9 years old, visitor from Madrid. One of the demonstrative Spaniards.
They are, but they always do really well. Unfortunately, just picked up 5 faults earlier on in the round. Onto the Seesaw, sign of control. The dog must stop on the end, or not must stop, must tip and touch the ground as they go. He changes side, so he puts the dog into the collapsible tunnel on his right-hand side, and then he'll pick up the dog.
So coming up to the A-frame, good speed, shame about those 5 faults. Dog loving it and the crowd appreciating his efforts.
Having a great time. Look at him watching the dog, guiding it. He's got his left hand out, just asking the dog to pause. Oh, and that's where the fault was. Not a lot of doubt about that.
Alan Bray and Tatiana went well in the jumps earlier on. A miniature poodle, 7 years old, from Milton Keynes.
Alan, a very experienced handler. Been running poodles and collies, well, ever since agility was invented, really. And you can see this dog's got bags of enthusiasm. It just pauses there, tips it, touches the ground. Perfect Seesaw there. Comes out, picks up the dog on the left-hand side, and then he changes again to pick up the dog on the right-hand side, through the collapsible tunnel, looking for a tight turn round the wing. Here we go, into the tunnel, out and towards the A-frame. This is going to be a quick round as well. Yes, well done. Over the great big leap, over the long jump, ears flapping, and a big finish, and he's happy and the dog's happy, and that's how it should be.
David Wright was second fastest in the morning's jumping competition in the British Open. This is Otis, a 7-year-old miniature poodle from Bedford. Through the tunnel. And now moving well through the weaves. Over the Eukanuba, long jump. And now that's good on the Seesaw. Keep an eye on the clock as we come up towards the concluding stage of this. Over the A-frame, and just outside the fastest time, but an excellent clear round.
And again, 2-footed action through the weaves. They're basically either foot to foot or using the 2-paw method. Looking at him, David barking him, telling him to come on. He doesn't really want to stop on that Seesaw, but he did nicely.
So this is Stacy Irwin Burns with Sam, a 5-year-old Jack Russell Cross Cavalier from Brighton. Sam's first year competing in the main ring at Crufts. Went beautifully earlier on and going well once more. Good speed, pausing on the Seesaw. And this is going to be fast. 34.7, the time to beat through the collapsible tunnel. Still looks as though the dog is up on schedule, and Sam can do this. One barrier to go. Oh, desperately close and just outside the fastest time.
What a fantastic run. Look at the dog stretching out. It really is having the best time of its life. Appears over the A-frame, and great finish. And just looking at Stacey saying, where's my toy? That's what he's looking for now.
So here are the results of the small dog category. British Open for agility. Brainpool's New Era fastest, ahead of Lucas's Little Soppy Sam. Maria Melikari from Sweden ahead of Stacy Irwin Burns, and the Dutch entrant coming in third place.
So that's the result of the small section of the British Open agility. What they'll do now in the back rooms, will add the faults and times together for the previous round, and then they will, not only will we have the winner of that agility, but we'll have the overall winner of the competition as well. Putting the jumps up now to the medium category.
Just check the time. You can see electronic time. It's continue your time. It gets smaller and smaller in size.
So we'll bring you the overall results for all the categories at the end. And now we have the medium classification. You can see the tyre there being raised. Gentai Golden Fur first to go with Anne Heronen. This is a Belgian dog, 8-year-old Shetland sheepdog.
Picking up 5 faults on the end of the dog walk there, missed it by quite a margin, too anxious to get going. Weaving very nicely. Now they stretch out over the long jump and then again have to collect themselves to control. And again, not quite good enough there. Seesaw wasn't touching the ground before it alighted into the cloth tunnel, but still going very nicely. Having to keep control all the way around. Now, can they make the up on the A-frame? They can, and the down. Very nicely done. So well done to Anne.
Well, good time, Graham, but those 5 faults early on the dog walk, and there's where it was, leaping off too soon.
Probably one of the easier decisions of the day for the judge. And again, the Seesaw not touching the ground.
This is Becky Patrick from Scunthorpe with Kia. Almost 10 years old, a working sheepdog, and a 4th time here at Crufts, and a last competition for Kia, who's going to be semi-retiring after today. Making a nice start.
Yes, 10 years of age. They can't actually start agility till they're 18 months, but this dog's now 10. And the dogs themselves will tell you when they've had enough. But this dog for 10 is covering the ground, John.
She is loving this. Around the tunnel, over the A-frame, one more flight, and across in a winning time of 36.294, similar to the first time, and unfortunately again with those faults.
But again, the dog's having fun. You've only got to look at the expression on that dog's face. It can't do the A-frame and the weaves quick enough. And a good finish.
Joe Glead now from Coventry with Rumble, a crossbreed Springer cross. Let's get ready to rumble, the full name.
Just a bit too keen there. Dog coming off the dog walk before it had made contact with the white area, so she's picked up 5 faults. But again, there are only just a few dogs in this, 8 I think it is, so you just don't know. 5 faults could put them in with a really good place in the overall competition.
Into the collapsible tunnel and turning to come through the tunnel once more and over the A-frame, 1 hurdle, and that's a good time, 34.496, but with 5 faults.
Well done, Joe. And here we come down the dog walk. Yep, and again, just too anxious to get off.
Rebecca Sargent with Dolly Collie Mistbling, 7-year-old border collie. They come from Warrington.
She could do quite well on this course. This dog likes these big, open, flowing courses, so I might have half a crown on this one.
Look at the eyes, waiting, and now accelerating away. Good over the dog walk. Lovely. And she looks as though she's going well. Good weaving as well. Oh, look, oh, she's missed one. And getting 5 faults as a result of that. See again, that's where she went wrong. Well, now it's 10 faults, which is a shame, because this dog really motoring and getting it wrong over the Seesaw as well. Picking up another 5 there. Good turn. Well, this is agility, but unfortunately with those 15 faults, over she goes.
Yeah, good effort, as I say. Teach you never to bet on agility, because I'd have lost my money. But
don't bet, Graham, don't bet.
The dogs had a fantastic time, and that's what it's all about. And as I said, I normally say nobody's told a dog they've been eliminated or had faults. So,
fifth dog is Nicola Wildman with Zoom. It's a Kelpie, 10 years old, from Blackpool. Zoom's a rescue dog as well. Was going to be drowned as a puppy, and now here competing at Crufts. Great story. And a good performance so far. She gets the weaves right. Over the long jump. Seesaw looked good. Through the rigid tunnel. And the time she has to beat, 36.294. It could be on. Around to the tunnel for the last time. Needs to really kick on here. Over the A-frame to the final barrier and just outside.
Great effort though from a 10-year-old dog. Pulled out all the stops there. You can see the dog just trying to get its footing there. Nicely made A-frame and a great finish.
This is Christine Wingate Wynn with Zev, a Sheltie, 8 years old, from Derby. Good start, just slipping as he came off the dog walk. Damage done though, and still looks to be motoring well, weaving through. Clean so far, no faults. Good over the Seesaw. Now, is this going to be fast enough? It's clean, no faults, through the collapsible tunnel. Into the rigid tunnel for the last time. This can be done. Over the A-frame, it's on. She's done it.
Oh, fantastic. Well done, Christine. Always a great competitor. And she's done herself proud. Really nice dog walk here. Well, just slipped, but straight back up again, and off we go. And so she could have been even quicker.
Excellent performance. Stuart Milton underway with Tygan, a border collie, 9 years old, from Hales Owen. Tygan back from a really serious injury, snapped a cruciate tendon in December 2013. 15 months of rehabilitation. You wouldn't know it though. And clean so far. There's the time that she has got to beat, 35.211. It is really swift. Is she going fast enough? Coming round now towards the collapsible tunnel. A race against the clock, turned a little bit wide there, and time slipping away. I don't think she's quite going to make it over the final hurdle, and 37.897. Good effort, but not quite quick enough.
Really well done there. Just lost it on the turns. It's not all about out and out speed, it's about how tight you can turn and how many straight lines you can make between the obstacles. But it's still great effort from Stuart.
So the last in the medium category, Amanda Hamson with Rogue, a Nova Scotia duck-tolling retriever, 9 years old, from Stoke-on-Trent. Rogue has been to Crufts a number of times, loves the atmosphere, and particularly when competing in this main arena. Over the dog walk. Through the rigid tunnel, and going well. Weaving beautifully, plenty of verbal encouragement from Amanda. Over the Seesaw, that's good. Is it going to be quick enough though? Appears to be choosing good lines. Through the collapsible tunnel, nice turn. Into the rigid tunnel, this could be on. Over the A-frame, one hurdle to go. Can she get there? And not quite, not quite. Terrific effort from the retriever, but the 9-year-old just outside the time needed.
I mean, this course is probably 130, 140 metres long. Half a second over that distance is just, just amazing. Always a consistent dog. Look, she's looking up to see, have I done it? Have I done it? Such a shame.
Well, a great effort by Amanda Hamson going last there, but Christine Wingate Wynn, the winner, 35.211. Amanda Hamson taking second place, and Becky Patrick third with My Dream Come True.
Right, so as you can see, got a quick bit there, changing the time for those dogs. Been very good this morning. Bronze there, making sure it's right. Time again has to be adjusted. These are the larger dogs, so bigger stride. We start off with smalls, fairly good strides, mediums, fairly bigger strides again. larger dogs, totally different stories. So this is a different run for a larger dog. Okay, as you'll see as they go on to sessions, the contacts, the dog walks, the A-frames, and the seesaw slightly slightly described. So if you do like your agility stable inside, next one here is the Kennel Club Novice Cup Final. That's another agility round.
The agility competition continues now with the large category. Alex Sabini was best earlier on in the jumping. And we're starting off with Gert Scheif, with Jamie, Border Collie, all the way from Belgium. Second time running in the British Open finals. And loving to be back on the green carpet. Won in 2014. Away they go. Over the dog walk. And that's good. Rigid tunnel. Started really well, Jamie. Weaving through and weaving well. Over the Eukanuba and the long jump. How good's the seesaw? It is good. The rigid tunnel, well negotiated as well. Good speed, choosing good lines. Oh, now has to turn around. Went the long way. Over the A-frame. And going through in 35.512, and precious moments possibly lost in the closing stages.
Really great round there. Came through the collapsible tunnel. Just lost a bit of time here. There's some confusion. She wanted the dog to turn to the left and it turned to the right. So, and that's how these competitions are won and lost.
On to next,
Matthew Goodliff with Quincy from Long Buckby in Northamptonshire. 7-year-old Border Collie. Good partnership, these two, part of the Team GB winning World Championship team for 2014. Bit more meat on him than one or two of the others, but weaving well and across the jump and skillfully over the seesaw, through the tunnel. And this is going well. It's going to be close. Looks as though it could be on schedule. The turn's good. And they're moving now towards the A-frame. Oh, this is going to be fast. Over the final hurdle and clearly the quickest.
What a fabulous round there from Matt Goodliff, as you say, holder of a gold medal at the World Championships large team last year. This dog is something special. He always pulls out the stops for Matthew. I mean, Matthew gets it right. It does take a lot to beat them.
Amanda Ellison with Laser, a 7-year-old Border Collie. They've come down from Stafford for this. Laser's had a good season competing at the top. Absolutely loves her agility. And Amanda says that she is a really smart dog. Gonna have to be smart, gonna have to be quick. Time that she's going for, 32.899. Good weave, beautifully done. You can hear her yelping with joy as she makes her way round. How quick is it? Is it fast enough? Looks as though it might just be outside. Through the rigid tunnel, went a little bit wide there, over the A-frame and up to the final hurdle. And 36.275, another clear round.
It was, and a great clear round, but it just shows you the quality of Matthew Goodliff's round just now, because, I mean, he was almost 4 seconds quicker, and that's a lot in this thing, but still a great effort.
Stuart Doughty now with Quinn. This is an 8-year-old working shepherd dog from Redditch. Time is looking for 32.899. Over the dog walk and done well. Quite a rangy sort of dog, this one. Now moving through the weaves and going nicely. But such a fast time that he's going to be chasing. Seesaw done well. Needs to be another clean round, and looking as though it could well be. Through the collapsible tunnel, now back to the rigid tunnel, but again it's going to be outside the asking time, but a clear round could be beckoning. And got a 5-point penalty going up the A-frame. Otherwise it would have been perfect.
Yes, still just a little bit outside the time, but as you see there, looks very much as though the dog missed the up on the A-frame, and that's where they picked up their 5 faults.
Nora Cuddy with Sassy, a 5-year-old border collie from Columpton. Also loves swimming and chasing tennis balls. Away they go. Good start. Wrapped that hurdle but came across okay. And now weaving. Beautifully, getting vocal encouragement from Nara. Cross over the Seesaw, just about okay. Through the collapsible tunnel. 32.89, it's going to be close. Oh, and just outside, by fractions, just doesn't make it.
And what a great rounder. She did just hold her Seesaw just for a fraction of a second there. I'm a big fan of that dog, and I predict good things for it for the next couple of years.
There's where she held on that Seesaw. And that fractions, but that might have cost.
That's where she lost it.
Irwin Schoffelin with 8-year-old Devil, a border collie. Another Belgian competitor.
Just a little bit slower across the ground, so he's going to have to be foot perfect on all his turns.
Has represented Belgium internationally. Good on the Seesaw. Plenty of close guidance from Irwin. Needs a good turn. Well, it's a little bit slower than some of the front runners, but it's heading for a clear round, and Devil's going to do it in 38.245. You can see 5.5 seconds slower than the leader.
But he's very pleased with the dog, and as I say, they've out of a lot of people, they are here competing at Crufts, so we shouldn't, as I say, just because he's slightly slower, he's still done fantastically well.
This is Gas, a border collie who's 9 years old, leaping around like a pup, with Anthony Clark from Lechlade. Gas goes over the dog walk nicely, neatly. Good energetic starts. Oh, the weaving's terrific. That is very good. Seesaw negotiated okay. And now the speed is absolutely imperative. An eye on the clock. Could it be on? Through the static tunnel. Then it's the A-frame, and it's not going to be quite there, but this is a terrific round. And going clear in 35.2.
Great effort there from Anthony and Gas. 9 years old now, has had a fantastic agility career, both of them. And unfortunately, Gas is coming towards a close, but Anthony, I think, is going to be there for many years to come. A great dog.
Susie Josty, a working sheepdog, Aussie, who's 6 years of age, comes from Cardiff. See how fast Aussie can do. Matthew Goodliff's quickest time so far, 32.899. Nice weaving. Everything clean so far. Good over the Seesaw. And this looks as though it's sharp. 3 to negotiate. Through the tunnel, over the A-frame, 1 hurdle, and clear in 34.307.
Lovely round, and she's really happy with that. Great speed over the dog walk, very little time wasted at all. And again, perfect control on the Seesaw. Still had its back legs on when the end touched the ground. So if anybody's going to challenge the time, it could be the next one.
Now here's an experienced man, Greg Derrick, with Rehab. Greg's been coming to Crufts for a long, long time. Rehab, 7 years old, a border collie. They've come up from Cheltenham. 32.899 is the time that they're gunning for. And away goes Rehab. Close on the dog walk. And 5 has been given, 5 penalty points, came off it too soon. Covering the ground beautifully. So much enthusiasm from this dog. Loving every moment as he comes through the collapsible tunnel. Good turn. Now to the A-frame, and this is quick. This is so quick. Over in 33.07, but sadly on the very first dog walk, 5 penalty points.
Just outside of the time there, but what a great effort. You can always rely on Greg to give it his all, and clearly missing the down on the A-frame. But that's what putting a fast time in does. It puts the pressure on the next competitor.
Jenny Kimber with Governor, 7-year-old border collie from Oxford. Jenny and Governor have been running together for some 3 years and were 4th in this event last year. Great start. Good weaves. Now accelerating. To pause on the Seesaw, and the time's looking good here. Still clean, no faults. And are they up on time? Oh, just a pause there through the rigid tunnel, over the A-frame. 1 more to clear, and again just outside, but a brilliant round.
Oh, what a great effort there from Jenny. I don't think she could have done a lot more. As you say, there was just a little pause at one of the weighty ones, but you just saw the dog doing a dog walk. Jenny was nowhere in sight, and that's how good the trust is between the handler and the dog.
Alex Sabini with Mind, 3 years old, this month from Girona in Spain. Alex went wonderfully well in the jumping earlier on. And Mind is once more moving superbly. Building up speed onto the Seesaw, well negotiated. And now about line in this stage of the course. Oh, he's brought one down as he has. What a shame. Final rigid tunnel over the A-frame, and the time would have been a really good one. 33.116, terrific time, and another great round from Mind, but just the 5 faults.
Such a shame. Comes out, and you'll see that he crosses in front of the dog, and he just crosses the dog's line too late. And that's why the dog thought he was going to jump into him and just dropped his legs as he came over, but a great effort.
So Matt Goodliff, excellent from him, winning so much experience ahead of Nora Cuddy, with Jenny Kimber coming in 3rd place. So in a moment or two, we'll bring you the overall placements for the 3 categories. Penalty points and times taken into account. And who's the best overall from this morning's jumping and this afternoon's agility. Well, here we are for the small. And the victory there goes for Stacy Irwin Burns and Lucas's little Soppy Sam, ahead of David Wright and Alan Bray. Next, we'll take a look at the medium classification. And victory for Amanda Hamson, coming home ahead of Christine Wingate Wynn, with Stuart Milton settling for 3rd place. Congratulations to Amanda. And completing the full classification there, down to 8th place. And here's the large classification, and victory there for Jenny Kimber with Rianne's Falcon, Susie Josty and Cool Beans, and then Anthony Clark and Nedlow Step on the Gas. Not a lot between 1st and 2nd. And there's the full classifications. Matthew Goodliff making up a little bit of ground with that excellent agility this afternoon, that's ultimately having to settle overall for 8th place. Presentation going to be made shortly for the Kennel Club British Open Final Agility, and then following that we have the presentation for the overall classifications from this morning's British Open Jumping and this afternoon's British Open Agility. So here we go with the presentation. Proud moment for all concerned, eh, Graham?
Nothing better than receiving a rosette and some crystal here at the biggest and best dog show in the world. Great achievement just to get here, let alone winning. Look at that.
So starting with the small dog, and we've just seen the agility underway, and in first place was Maria Malakari with Brainpool's Era. Second place, Stacy Irwin Burns. And overall in the small, the overall winner now
was Irwin Burns Stacy with Lucas Little. And second overall in the smalls.
So Stacy Irwin Burns winning the British Open Agility title.
Okay, then we move on to the medium agility. This is the agility. In first place, Christine
medium now.
With agility champion over 18 wild.
Christine Wingate winning tonight with the agility. Amanda Hamson taking second place. And the overall winner, Amanda Hamson. Christine Wingate win overall takes second place.
Then the large is the agility again. In first place, what a run.
Matthew Goodliffe taking this afternoon's agility superbly. And our overall champion, about to receive her presentation now, is Jenny Kimber. With Rianne's Falcon.
In second place was Susie Josty with Glead.
And Susie Josty takes second place.
Okay, so we're just going to gather the trophies back together. And guess what?
Well, they're going to be proudly displayed in their respective houses, I'm sure. And a well-deserved lap of honour. We've had some terrific competition today.
We've had some fantastic competition today. A great advert for British Agility. The dogs have just been out there and had so much fun. They don't know they've won. Their owners might tell them later on, but they've just enjoyed themselves ultimately. And what a showcase we've had. I mean, we've got a gold medal team winner in Matthew Goodliffe. We've got Nara Cuddy there. 5th place in the World Championships. The standard of agility in this country is just on the up. A lot of that's got to do with the new team manager, Mark Laker. I'll be seeing him later, but great competition and more to come.